Reg, it's all ready. All been sprayed up. Can you see the dent? Can you see the dent? Is that going to annoy me? Can you see it? Or shall I redo it and filler it up and make it look perfect?
I didn't take the picture before, but I can always send you. I can always use your video, can't I?
Oh yeah.
What we've done, there was a bit of a dent, just a slight dent in there, and all we've done basically slowly went bigger and bigger and bigger until we got the right size. Then we hammered the shaft in here. That'll paint up nice now.
Yeah.
Lovely. So it's a slight dent. It would have done me fine, Steve.
Right.
But Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, it bugged me. Really bugged me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that dent.
Really in my face.
That dent's gone. Yeah. So I should have filmed it a bit better for you. But do you know that dent that Stephen had on the bracket that goes on the toe ball? We found this, and this fitted really tightly. Well, I'll show you how tightly it was. We were wailing on the end of it, but it was going in. And you can see now, look. There's a thread on there, look. That's rubbed sort of one side because it was up against it. But you can see now, look. Do you see where that bump, it pushed itself out? We had enough in the front to get it going. And we just hammered it and hammered it and hammered it and hammered it until it went down enough to straighten it. I never thought that dent was going to come out of that pipe. But it's come out lovely, and we're looking forward to seeing. He's going to repaint it now. Or I think it was a spray. He's going to repaint it, respray it to get rid of that dent. But yeah, all we did was hammer a shaft up the inside of it. Luckily found one that fitted really, really tightly, but then still went in with a bit of wailing. Wow. Did a good job, did it? Okay, killed the thread, doesn't really matter. This is only a handle, as it turns out, so it'll either thread in or it'll just miss it, but all the rest of the thread will be holding it. For it's just being a handle, so it should be all right. Not too worried. Or even put a tap on a dye on the end of it and clean it up, should we need to. But wow, I was really pleased when that dent came out of that bracket for Stephen. I didn't film it for you. So we're doing this piece. We're going to do the piece. We were going to do the top, but we're not going to get there today, I don't think. It's not really warm enough, so. But can you see this scaffolding? Look. You just plug it in together. This stops it from falling over, gives its legs a stable. Then obviously you need a handrail, don't you? Oh, we could do with a handrail there, maybe, Steve? Further up? Oh no, there's no room further up, is there? Yeah, so all right. So we got a handrail. You put your handrail in. You put your handrail in first, and then do you see this bar goes from the top to the bottom? But it goes from the top to the bottom this side, but that side you have to make it from the bottom to the top. It has to be crisscrossed when you put your bars in. You're all right. He's all right. He's not barking at you today. Trying to get your fingers. So you have to crisscross it. So when you go up again, look, you go up another section. You're putting a cross piece in, top and bottom handrail, and then put your braces that way. You have to make it in a cross. That's going top to bottom, and that's going bottom to top, and that's what makes it secure. It's clipped. It does the trick. Just does the trick. It's different to what we usually hire. Mr. Stevens, he owns this one. What was this? What was this thing? About 300 quid?
Something like that.
Yeah, it was about 300 quid. And you've got your braces. Make sure your feet are out. Should be corner to corner. It's not going to go against the building. It's going to come this way. No. What? One. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. So, and of course, you've got to put the brakes on the wheels. You've got to tighten up the clamps here. Pretty. And yes, if you're going to ask the question, I'm not going up on the damn thing. If it was, I think if it was bigger, the more substantial, I wouldn't mind so much. But it's still, yeah.
I've used 4 out of the tin.
Yeah.
A box.
Yeah.
£27
Never.
for them.
Mad.
Huh?
Mad.
I know.
You're not going to put the same thing in again, are you?
But I'm putting loads in, Reg.
Can we not get a bigger screw?
No, loads.
Yeah.
Yeah, loads. Don't go any bigger because they'll split the fascia.
Oh, will they?
Yeah.
How much? 24.
27 quid. That little box.
Bloody
Yeah.
fixings and
Yeah.
it's mad. It's mad. Morning. You alright? So let's have a little catch up on what we did with the scaffolding. Do you remember it had blown off? The wind had blown it off. So we put a new piece, jointed it there, and come to the middle of the house, put a joint in there, and then we've used, so we got a new piece here, and then cut the other pieces up to there, and there's a joint there that you can do. Then we've put the joint in the same place and done it across. Stephen's done a fantastic job. You wouldn't know it ever fell off, would you? But the little pins I was showing you, he still used the little pins, but he's used a lot more. There was about 4 holding the whole of that length on. So, and of course, all the mastic's been replaced and put on, so that should be all right. Get rid of that. Except it's high, isn't it? Oh, I'm not good at wobbly scaffolding and all that malarkey. And we were going to paint it, but we thought it might be a waste because it's not really painting weather. So in the summertime now, you remember we did the bottom end last year. So in the summer we'll get the scaffolding back and we'll just finish this piece. We'll do that off again. It's beginning to get, I'm guessing it's road grime from the road. Whatever. How the hell does it get dirty up there? But anyway, we've got that to do this summer, another project. So, are we ever going to finish this lock? Well, your guess is as good as mine. Hold on. So we've got the bar coming out the tube up and in. We've got to keep control of it. So if we remember, we had a pot of big washers, so that washer can go around the outside. But we've still got play, haven't we? So I wanted a bit of a more meaty washer there, so we'll put this there. And that'll still go in there, but we've got room to control it a bit better, haven't we? So we're going to put this nut on here. And then we're going to weld the whole lot together. That's going to easily go in there. And that will control it because it's the twist we're controlling, isn't it? We don't want any distortion in any of the movements. And then when we're done, we'll weld this all together as one big lump. And we'll turn it upside down. And turn it upside down. And weld it back on there, inside rods. And that control it. But, do you remember? We had a fantastic Christmas present. Let's play with the Christmas present, shall we? I'm going to tack this on one side here. As long as earth is touching earth, whether this is earthed on the bench and your wrench clamp is onto the bench, or whether it's you've got it connected here. Did I get a tickle off of that then? I had a tickle. Oh, I'm getting a tickle off that. Yeah, anyway, as long as this is connected to that, which is connected to this, which is connected to that, everything's going to be just fine. Angle of the jaw, it wasn't quite holding that quite right. It was kicking up this end. So we've just transferred onto a G-clamp so I can flat surface. All I need to do is get a tack here. Once I've got a tack here, then I can take the clamp away and tack there. We've put a little bit of a tag there. We'll come around here, flatten it down again and tag this end. Easy peasy. So we've tagged this side, we've tagged that side. It's clamped down. Now we can just weld the whole of this all together now here. Now, I've just replaced one of them bulbs. Remember them bulbs we got? Into one of my little lamps. Wow, it's fantastic. Them super bright bulbs, them 100-watt bulb things, or modern equivalent, really brightened this area up now. What was an unsupportive hole, shaft coming through on this water, a couple of washers, a couple of bolts welded together. We're not going to do it that way because it's going to look ugly, isn't it? So we'll hide this away in there. We'll tuck that in there, look. And that will just cap the end of that shaft off nicely. We'll weld that to there, look. Now, and there's no, it's a good shaft, we can work with that, a good supported shaft that now, isn't it? Yeah, wow. So before we do that, let's take it back out. Let's pack the middle with grease and pack the end of there with grease, because once we've done this, we'll never see them again, will we? Well, we hope we won't see them again. So just remember you've done everything. I think we're going to practice. I don't know what we're going to do with this. The thread is good. It's not sticking out too much. We want it to come. Well, I think it's going to be all right now, but we're going to change the tack on that. But let's get this first, shall we? Yeah, let's withdraw the shaft, pack it with grease, and then we can clip off the end, and we'll have ourselves a lovely supported end of the shaft, won't we? It was a bit tighter than I thought. I'll find just the right place for it to fit into. That joint here, here's our grease. Let's get our stick and cover it in grease. What a gooey mess! But at least now that will be protected. The welding, this will keep the weld from rusting. And we are going to lose a certain amount whilst we're going up into the shaft back to its middle place. So that should be alright. I'll put a bit on the end here now then. Finish that job. Oh, that's running much smoother now. Way better and much smoother. And of course we're not going to be able to get into there again, are we? So it's sealed up for good. Well, it will be sealed up for good once we've sorted out the other end. And of course we'll paint this and do what we've got to do here yet. But inside the shaft is sorted. I don't think the weather's going to get to it or it's going to affect it too much. But you never know. But look. Wow. That's really nice. I never get anything done, you see, because I get distracted by ginger cake and custard. Ooh, yummy.